Oh, yeah. Thank you, Bad Mary, for that too sweet play-in. Welcome all you four color funny books to a very special U.S. Comics cast, your HQ for all things comic book related. I am John Rivera, the ICU CEO and co-founder of U.S. Comics.
And that, of course, makes me the very healthy, about to be very tan COO of
That's
U.S. Comics. I'm the only person that this week the WWE didn't fire, and I am your
Congratulations.
co-host for US
Congratulations
Comics
on that
Cast.
job security. Well done. And it's
Have-
shocking because you have done nothing but bad mouth Vince's efforts up one side and down the other.
That's very true. Happy Comic Book Day, my sickly brother.
Happy Comic Book Day to you. Observed. And once again, this is a very special episode. This episode is coming to you live to tape as John is most definitely laid up in one hospital or another. Let's see if that medical insurance comes through. Charlie is coming to you from the great land of Mexico.
Let's hope I don't get shot, because that's
let's see what happens.
That's the weather report. Is like, people got shot at a different resort.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's so cold. I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts. Charlie's like, it's so hot. They're shooting motherfuckers on the beach. I can't wait to get there.
Those bullets are just going off on their own. So what's new?
Terrible.
I mean, other than feeling terrible, have you been able to check out any news? What's cooking on your end of the world?
Look, I mean, the nice thing as far as I'm concerned, especially in these days when there's so much stuff going on, where it becomes difficult to do what we do typically and kind of keep our fingers in many pies, so to speak. Every once in a while, and there's probably 6 or 7 of them, and 2 of them like to be shot into space like half-ass astronauts. But every once in a while, you'll have an organization that says, you know what, John, I know you're dying. Charlie, I know you're going on vacation. Let us do the work for you and collect everything that you have interest in one place. And that is happening very much so right now, because we are only at this point days away from Disney Plus Day.
You know, you're a sheep and a sucker when you are excited about like the anniversary of something you have to pay for.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
I've
like
been paying for this for 2 years. Whoopee.
Yeah, and I didn't do that thing where I signed up for 5 years at a discount, so I'm a double asshole.
Double asshole. Definitely. Charlie shits in number 8s. Yeah, for sure. So we have Disney Plus Day. Now, look, I mean,
that's a thinking man's joke.
It'll come to you. There's a reason why some episodes are worth a double listen, sometimes a triple listen, and that Charlie shitting 8s joke is going to be one of them. So yeah, Charlie and I, we have a nice password network going on. We're able to, in essence, double our subscription dollars out of love, brotherly love. But I mean, speaking for myself personally, Charlie, Disney Plus, with the exception of, like an occasion, like a Coco, or like a coming up on the holidays, it'll be like Christmas movies. I'm like, oh, the Muppets Christmas Carol got it on. I'm really there. They may as well call it the Marvel and Disney channel, or rather the Marvel and Star Wars channel, because that's the vast majority of content that I am there for. But specifically, this upcoming Disney Plus Day has my heart for everything Star Wars related that we're going to be getting tantalized and tickled from under. So
yeah, well, I mean, what's amazing is I'm living in like the late 70s now, because I just became obsessed with Star Wars with Mandalorian. So I like
Charlie
have that
still making the same corny like These are not the drawers you're looking for. A tee hee 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 hee. A tee
Exactly.
hee hee. Like,
So when they announced this potential for more teasers and more trailers and more announcements, I mean 2022 is chock full of Star Wars shit. And I have like I have a new hope for my entertainment in
oof.
2022 because
Charlie is a segue monster. There
it's true.
are indigenous people's stories like fucking Guillermo del Toro is going to be making a practical effect horror movie about Charlie's transitions. They are bar none the best slash worst thing about this show. But yeah, Charlie, I'll give it to you because um for me as a like a literally a day one Star Wars super fan, um it's been a wild wet ride, right? There's been ups and there's been downs. They've consistently known that they have me. Like they had their hooks in me right from the get-go, but I haven't been always that happy camper.
Yeah.
So
They
I've been
gave
super
you
high, I've been
six
super
hours.
low.
They gave you 6 hours up front. A holiday special notwithstanding. That was
Notwithstanding,
like almost
Ewoks
untouchable.
cartoons notwithstanding,
I guess they
terrible
were.
droid serial
I have to be honest.
notwithstanding. There's
They
plenty
were
of
shaky.
notwithstanding.
They were shaky from Jump
Yeah,
Street.
you know what it is? This is one of those things like where you end up at the therapist office with Star Wars and you're there with a certain liar who shall not be named right now for Ellis's sake, but you're like, and they're pointing out, you're like, there were red flags all over the fucking,
You're
all
like,
over the cantina, man.
she hit you on the first date, and it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
being
yeah,
playful.
yeah. And then through the check, and she's like, "Pay it, bitch." Okay, I'll pay. It's fine. But yeah. So my point is this. I mean, with all of the up and down, in particular with Saint Favreau and Filoni and their ilk, as far as I'm concerned, and things like Rogue One, and it hasn't just been the TV shows, but I'm very much on an upswing with
Fuck yeah.
Star Wars. Again, they're always going to have me, but I'm more. I don't. You don't have to be
You got the
shamed as
underoos on.
much. Yeah, yeah. Jar Jar Binks does not come up in conversation anywhere near as often as he used to.
On the
So
internet, you might get shit for being like, I fucking love Star Wars, but no one is gonna shit on you for like, I love Filoni and Favreau. You just get high fives and kisses on the
because
cheek.
Because if someone knows who Dave Filoni specifically, I'm like, you're a geek too, motherfucker. Don't try to big time me and
Yeah.
try to throw some weight around. But specifically, a lot of the content that they're now that I'm expecting to see, and this was our point on Disney Plus Day 2, that's Star Wars related. I'm just gonna throw them out real quick for you.
Yeah.
So where I fully expect to see trailers, finished product, tease me, breeze me. Obi-Wan Kenobi's show, which we have gotten tons of news about. Like we're told certain participants and whatnot. It's also a section of the Star Wars story that hasn't been examined directly,
Yeah,
at
like
least
how
in this
often was
canon
he out in the
version.
sun that his skin got so bad? That motherfucker aged
Whew.
horde.
He aged quick, and his hair went whiter faster than
Woo!
mine did. Holy shit! But also in a more contemporary verse, we have Ahsoka coming. Fresh off her Clerks 3 gig, Rosario Dawson.
That bitch does everything. She's like, dope sick. I'm
She's
gonna
like,
host a
whatever.
game show with Cody
She's like,
Rhodes.
Star Wars, DC, Marvel. What you need? What you need? America, Russia. I got you. Earth, Mars, whatever. Like, I'm there. God bless her. God bless her. But also, as well as, I fully expect to see a little something, because I truly don't know what to expect from Mandalorian season 3.
It's it
Right where we left off, it almost guarantees. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like, my
I
opinion
shall.
is
I
such,
love to do it. It's the best.
and it's so rare. Like, you never get the opportunity, so relish it. Um, but if anyone could take umbrage on anything going on in Mandalorian season 1 and season 2, is that it was somewhat formulaic, right? Mando goes someplace, he needs something from a particular group or place. They're like, hey, well, we'll do that thing for you, but you've got to go slay the dragon. You've got to
The
get us this. You need
the
to.
barter system is strong in Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, this fucking little muppet that I would do anything for and I would always protect. I'm gonna leave him here. You hold him, okay? Cool, cool, cool." So like, we got 2 full seasons of that, plus some awesome visuals, some non-Latins playing Latin space characters for some reason. But with Luke's illustrious return, CGI Luke, as he's well known, like that was what was on the back of his chair, his folding canvas chair. CGI Luke. It was like at the fucking Republican National Convention when Clint Eastwood was speaking to nobody.
But it's Lucas just berating CGI Luke for doing CGI well.
but yeah, I would say like now Mandalorian season 3 has to be different.
Yeah,
It
and
has
it's
to
also
be different. Like they've taken that possibility away of the formula. So
unless he gets a
we're
new
getting
little
something
buddy.
different.
How bad would that be? They're like,
Unless
this
he's
is...
like, fuck that Luke guy, I'm going after him now. I got this, I got this spirit, I can do it. So I don't know, Charlie. I mean, I know today's gonna be very time sensitive, but is there anything in particular that you are looking for, hoping for, wishing for, maybe that wasn't on that list that everyone's throwing around?
I got my hypocrite badge ready and polished up because
nice.
I'm most excited for trailers and for teasers. Because one they dropped before.
Does Charlie even listen to his segments on this
Hey
show?
man, I only mean stuff while I'm saying it.
I thought I was the only one. I'm like, Charlie's talking. Let me check my email real quick.
How dare you?
What's
How
that Amazon
dare
shipping?
you?
This Amazon shipping delay is unbelievable.
What else is unbelievable is, I mean, again, I was all ready to be that guy being like, I don't want to see anything from Obi-Wan. I want to be totally surprised. I don't want to see anything by
Charlie's
by
trailer
Ahsoka.
sensitive.
And then I saw
so
the
you don't
teaser.
want to see anything from anybody.
Did you see the teaser for Book of Fett?
Boba fucking Fett.
I mean,
Dad bod taking over, son.
Listen, we're very time sensitive today. I have to show this trailer. It is incredible. I do. What I did though, is I did throw on a filter again so we don't get taken down. Very short. It's like 1:30. Let's take a look for the people who haven't seen it, because I think this trailer did such a great job of showing what to expect without really showing anything. But let's take a look. Oh, this is some nerd culture shit right here.
I am not a bounty hunter.
Oh shit. Yeah. Dad bod Fett is the best Fett.
I've heard otherwise.
Dad bod dent in the dome Fett. That's his official license.
What?
Oh, Charlie.
I am ready for Mafia Fett.
Is so pleased with his bathroom editing skills. It's enviable. I just have to say this. It's enviable. So Charlie went for the gag reel. I could appreciate it.
No, but sincerely, that had such a cool, like, gangster underground vibe that I was not expecting.
Well,
so
but
now
he specifically called his shot, so
but
when you say Boba Fett, you automatically think bounty hunter. But now at this point, fucking Din has got that, he's got that ground covered. We don't have to talk about it. And then just really quickly, as time expired, what we originally really wanted to talk about is what's still out there. What's that untasted meat on the bone with all of these teases of like, okay, we're gonna have this and we're gonna have that. They're talking about maybe doing a Clone Wars alive, the animated version, like a live version. Maybe we're gonna get a Bad Batch live version and somebody else to write that script. Admiral Thrawn is being greatly teased because of the Ahsoka storylines. And all I can say is this right now, because they have the ability to play fast and loose with picking and choosing what parts from canon versus the Legends world, the extended comic book novel version, whatever they call it, Legends. All I'm saying is this, and I hope this no chin having motherfucker, because I know he still has some sway, Filoni, Favreau, even that broad that nobody seems to like, Kennedy. I hope someone listens, is hearing me, and as I'm in my death throes, this is my like make-a-wish. Someone give me some version, some variation of Mara Jade. Please. We
mean,
are getting everything else.
Well,
We're
it's
even getting
also
teased characters from like relatively known video games. Like, oh, we're gonna about this. Like, what about fucking Mara Jade? She's one of the best characters that has not even been teased to the light as of yet. And I'm just hopeful. I don't care what which version we're gonna get, like what show, what it's gonna be. I don't care if we're gonna get like a limited, like an Ahsoka 6 episode. I don't fucking care.
you just
I
fucking want
realize
something.
they cannot do Hand of the Emperor. I understand it has to be different, but Marvel has already shown us how you can take the inspiration, spin it so that it fits into the jigsaw puzzle that you've now laid out of your universe, and give you a version of it. Just give me a version of Mara Jade, please.
Fuck yes.
Please.
And for me, I just love the idea of you can play in all these different worlds within Star Wars. I need my young Lando limited series.
He's
like,
a lock though.
You can get him.
That's a given.
You can get my boy Donald Glover for 5 or 6 episodes. Come on. Let's get those capes going,
I'll make
baby.
the call. I'll make the call.
My favorite thing about alien chicks is you never know what's underneath. Oh, that's what you have there? We'll figure it out.
He's like, yeah, it's fine. Slam back another couple Colt 45s and we'll make it work, baby.
Exactly right. Just the great. There's so much meat on that bone.
Sure.
They don't have to touch main line films for a while. I mean, even the prequel.
There is no mainline films, so
That's
like you
true,
can
yeah.
really do whatever you want to do. I think they know what they need to do, and certainly we know what we need to do when we check out those digits. So Charlie, why don't you
That's
do
right.
like you do and transition us like a 1986 Pipes screensaver on a computer?
Well, you know what's great about Favreau and Filoni and even potentially that broad is when they call their shot 8 out
The
of 9
Kennedy
times.
shot.
8 out of 9, and you don't need documents presented to the universe to prove it. They're not liars, as opposed to that old some bitch
He got there.
who
He
used
got
to
there,
run
folks.
it. That's right, George Lucas, you liar. I know you're a liar because there's one Star Wars indisputable fact, and that's Han shot first.
Han shot first.
Throw it
and
up,
he
baby.
did it with a color coordinated shot glass too. Salute.
Clinky.
Cheers.
Oh, it hits different. It hits different on a live to tape.
Yeah.
So, my dear brother,
Ooh,
I need you to
that sickness
start.
got a flavor.
I need you to start my stop drinking while sick. Start my time.
Started.
Your commitment to the Han shot is too much. Not when you're not feeling. That should be Vicks.
I'm no
Just
scruffy looking nerf herder.
do a shot of Vicks. My dear brother, a couple weeks ago on this very show, this lovely podcast that you can find wherever podcasts are distributed, and you can leave a review on iTunes, certainly would help us out. We talked about the potential of Batman, and I kind of took him to task a little bit with what I thought would or would not make a solid Batman story. And in it, I kind of said the project I want to see, or the project I would love to set pen to paper, would be a proper Robin involved story, because I think the Batman and Robin relationship is a very, very unique one, at least when it started.
Child Protective Services would agree with you on that.
Our Bob Finger, when he created Robin, it was this touch of genius, and that genius only got more in depth, in my opinion, as they tried to make Bill Finger, sorry, as they tried to make Batman this like darker entity. It became more interesting the moodier he got. And because of that, in the films at least, they keep kind of avoiding it. We got a taste of it with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, but they felt the need to be like, he's 14 and it's a 63-year-old man.
Yeah.
No disrespect intended, Chris O'Donnell. I certainly bought those toys.
Dude, that motherfucker has less of a chin than George Lucas.
That
Holy
is
shit.
also a shot.
They were like, he has to play Robin because he has no chin to support a bat cowl.
Yeah, that's.
And you know what? Let's throw in some nipples for you, just for shits and gigs.
Just because the ladies will love it? Question mark. But I have always. I've always argued about the importance of Robin. When people shit on sidekicks, he's the one I bring up. I think that's a rich character. I think it's a rich story. And one thing that's always been true about Robin,
it could be.
It could be.
Let's not get crazy, because
Correct.
the oversaturation of the birds at this point has made it somewhat. Robin is disposable.
Yeah, well, and
he's disposable, and also to the like he has at this point, and this is from a Superman first perspective. I realize that.
A very important perspective.
I understand where I'm coming from, and I have never necessarily embraced personally that sidekick persona, or even had it thrust upon me. So I understand that, like, my personal investment in this group of fellas and lasses is a tenuous one. I totally get that. My point is this: like, there's just too fucking many. Just being able to distinguish between the two.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Well,
and like the one special thing that they did with one of them was kill him. And they're like, just kidding, bring it right back.
Well, I would argue that is the big problem. And this month is Robin's month. There's a brand new comic from the House of DC called Robins, because that's the best title they could come up with. And it brings up a very important flaw with the title of Robin. Other than them, for the most part, rocking the green and red with a nice bright yellow cape, very stealthy. Thanks, Bruce. They kind of become broken down into the most obvious thing about them. There's Batman's son one, the annoying one that's actually biologically his. There was the first girl. There's the girl potentially from the future. There's the dead one. There's now the bisexual one. And there was the first one in Dick Grayson, who grows up to be Nightwing. But
you just
John,
like read off the worst fucking description of the Spice Girls I have ever heard in my life. That was a boy band, like making the Bat Band. But like that shit was not. That would not even have been picked up by VH1, and for a hot minute they were picking up. VH1 was Netflix for fucking reality TV
yes.
for a minute there.
Yeah, they were like, John's dating show. Be like, I'm not a celebrity. They're like, we don't care. This is called Sex Bus. It's if people have sex on this bus.
Sex Bus was a show.
One of the worst things that tends to happen to sidekicks, however, is what you just mentioned. It's that they get replaced. The mantle becomes...
because they're like Menudo.
Yes, the mantle becomes far more important than any individual character, because they don't particularly do a great job of writing those characters. Even when those characters graduate, they tend to be replaced with someone who looks just like them. Just the big three. And I'll extend it out to 4. Damian Wayne, white kid, black hair. Jason Todd, white kid, black hair. I forget Tim Drake, white kid, black hair. Dick
Hair
Grayson.
so black that the highlights are blue.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad enough that they all, for the most part, look the same.
Yeah.
John, in Robins, the big mystery in this like quasi support group, what started off that could be such an interesting story of these former Batman sidekicks getting together to potentially discuss like their childhood trauma. John, Dick Grayson may not be the first Robin.
He's not
So
the first
all
Robin.
this bullshit of the circus.
This is the coming down. Like honestly, these
Are you out of your fucking mind?
These think tank meetings, we reference it often. It was the inception of everything that's US Comics, and what we're trying to do on the paper page and the digital page, and certainly the this show as we're speaking about all of it that inspired these desires within us. Our car conversations, I'm confident in saying this, were more nuanced, well thought out, and truer to the core of the characters. Those like the elevator pitch, these were the we better make it to the theater quick pitch because I want to see the trailers. I don't care what Charlie says. Those speeding down the side roads of Shirley, New York and Medford pitches, Charlie, were better than whatever the fuck is going on in these big glass monoliths of comic books. That's what you can come up with. What if he wasn't the first? We've had 52 Robins after him.
Yeah.
But let's take the one thing that's special about him and take it away. I don't get it.
And again, if there's any Robin who can take this sort of abuse, Dick can take the abuse. You know what I mean? Like you could really work Dick hard.
Yeah,
and you just you put him through the mill, as it were. But even with that,
the only thing you can't do is get him cold because shrinkage.
Yeah, he gets you don't want him Damien sized. You want Dick to be full sized. This episode's brought to you by Blue Chew. No, this is such a bad on paper idea. The fact that it got past the goalie because someone went, it genuinely makes me feel like the big two specifically should stop trying to continue these stories. Comic books, most comic books, obviously I'm not speaking about all of them, I'm not talking about limited series. For the most part, the hardest part about putting together an intelligent comic book is that you're always kind of telling the middle chapter. Like you get in DC's case, you get a ton of bites at the origin chapter, but there tends to be an origin, and then for most of what you write, it's the middle, and somewhere off in the distance is the end that you can never really get to.
Well, you can allude to it because that's the other thing that they like to do is tell us, well, this is where all this shit is building to, but only because the two big boys on the block, they have no intention of like, that's it. Like all of these limited runs that we love so much, the most effective comic book properties, they have finite ends. All of them.
It's like right now there's every week, frankly, a lot of the DC and Marvel books that I used to love, I find very difficult to get through. But I just read issue 1.
Your reading disability.
Also that. I just read
all these words. Damn it. I'm here for the pictures.
I just read Dark Knights of Steel, which is a 10-issue miniseries. It's like DC if it was Game of Thrones. And the first issue is fucking awesome. And the fact that I'm probably not getting screwed like in actual Game of Thrones, and there hopefully will be that 10th issue. Hopefully I'm getting a full story. It just this sort of shit.
Crybabies.
This sort of shit to me is insufferable when you take a character.
My question though is this: as a Robin lover, only so that we don't.
I
love
we need to stay Dick.
Finite. So you have a collection of cats who largely are having very similar but different experiences, under the mini cowl, right? the one that I would say, again, looking third party perspective, the one that has the most interesting story, or are the more tragic stories, fucking Dick as being the template on which all the others were built, that has informed his character development,
Yeah.
right? His point, he's like, I'm not Batman. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna wear a 70s shirt and have a ponytail, and like he's been all over the damn place. No, I'm Nightwing. I'm Nightwing. I'm Nightwing. Even to the point where when Batman was broken over Bane's knee, and they were like, someone's got to take that bat mantle. It wasn't even considered by the higher ups that it was going to be fucking Grayson, that it was going to be this fucking relative douchebag who's actually they're dusting him off, and we're going to see Azrael again in the
Yay.
pages of DC.
You
But
gotta have dope gloves.
other than that, the fucking one that was killed by Joker and had this wonderful story arc, in the bringing back, and they're like, okay, well now he's just here now. No, what are you talking about? Like you just told the Frankenstein's monster story. And you're like, and now Frankenstein's monster is the sheriff of the town, and he likes everybody. No, Hush should have been a definitive thing. They should have killed him
And
again.
he was the bait
is what
and
they really
switch.
should have.
Well, but
I'm saying the Hush story arc,
yeah.
they should have killed him again.
It would have
That
been
would have been like that.
beautiful.
Oh, boom, 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 boom. But that all being said, my point is this. My point is, what's their point? So the special thing that you gave Dick Grayson, the thing that informed his character development, his like moody emo fucking Zach Braff error, which is probably why Charlie loves him so much, into his like, okay, I'm gonna smash everybody and ride around on motorcycles, and I'm gonna be different. And he's his own hero. He's doing his own thing. Now you're gonna take that away from him and say, but there was a Robin before him. Like how if these were real people, that would be a therapy session waiting to happen. My question to you, Charlie, as the expert, the Robin expert, is why? What's the benefit? What could they possibly have to gain out of doing that? I truly don't understand. Please educate me.
For years, it has been a rumor that the powers that be at DC hate, for whatever reason, the character of Dick Grayson.
That's silly.
So over the last 10 years, though, if you look at what they've done with the character, every time he's popular, they cut him off at the knees. This feels like another attempt to...
I don't know about that. I think maybe that's your sensitivity.
It
Who
might
else is
be.
saying that?
It's
Like
just me
there's
so
not
far.
a there's
I
not a
started
free
I started a
hashtag
petition.
free Dick Grayson fucking I mean truly I think
it does
nothing
nothing but muddy the waters.
I think it's just more I think it's far more pedestrian of a crime than all of that. I don't think it's a QAnon situation. I don't think a History Channel needs to make like a but what if History Channel the words "what if" on and History Channel should never fucking exist. Show me some shit that really happened.
It's what if, but then they just show Mandalorian.
Can I get Neil deGrasse Tyson in here real quick? Somebody, can you bring him out? So my thought is this: it's just laziness. I really think it boils down to that, because other than like changing the time frame that they're in, throwing like a 97th fucking love triangle their way, how much more fucking guilt? He already can't go to the circus.
Yeah,
like I get it. You need to do, or maybe they think like, you know what, he has his own following. Charlie's gonna buy everything Dick Grayson already. What, fuck him. Let's give some of that first Robin shine to another character and let them benefit. I will say this I'll let you wrap up your segment. A group of Robins is called a round of Robins, which is where that fucking term comes, when the sports term round robin. Like, are you that creatively bankrupt that you can't do a fucking quick Google search and think of something clever to tell your collection of Robins.
For what it's
Charlie
worth,
wrap-up.
the original title was Robin's
Robins also as well as, but then we would have sued and Nick Kroll would have sued.
Exactly. The fact is, not only does it negatively affect Dick Grayson because he's always taken on that brother quasi father role that you're all too familiar with. That's because he was the fucking first victim of this crazy bastard's abuse. Also, this digs
unintentional abuse. Let's call it what it is. We don't want to
but
paint
also
Bruce is like a monster. He's not.
This digs an intentional fucked up hole that no one's ever heard of. By the way, Jeff was my first Robin. You fucking asshole! Unless it was Alfred. If Alfred was the first Robin, we're in a different boat.
This is the last thing I'll say, and then because I'm biting and cutting into my own time. What are the chances that they're going to come up with something fucking amazing right here?
Zero.
What if the chance that their first Robin was like a dark skinned Punjabi kid, like something that's very, very, very different, and as opposed to just another, Caucasian kid with pale skin and dark hair, and I don't know, like I truly can't imagine where they could possibly go with this. And as always, whenever I'm bitching about something, first mostly, I hope I'm wrong.
1,000%.
I hope that they come up with something dope. I'm like, oh, fuck Dick Grayson. Oh, this is the first Robin. And then you have to fill in all those.
Yeah.
You create all of these stopgaps, so you have to fill them in. But anyways,
I hope Robin just kicks him in the balls the same way that if your eardrums need it, if your eye sockets need it, if this show isn't enough for you, we got on deck. We got not one, but two of the dopest sponsors, and compared to every other podcast that you probably do review, even though you should leave a review for us, we actually enjoy the content our sponsors create. John, want to tell them about our very first sponsor?
No doubt. We'll do it with the quickness. It is Sergeant Finesse. You can find him gaming on both Twitch and Facebook gaming. That's how good he is. Multiple streams every day. Outstanding gaming content. Supported games, co-streams, giveaways, contests. Don't be a sucker. Check him out today. Throw him a like, a follow, a share. Consider, becoming a supporter. If you need to pick me up, follow the White Rabbit over to sneakenergy.com. Use code SGT at checkout. They looking for some fresh new merch. Want like a couple of dozen sweatshirts to wear at once because it's so damn cold. Go over to geeksunleashed.com. Use code SARGE at checkout because when the Sarge is on deck, you salute.
Do you need some musical excellence in your life? Well, I have good news for you. They are back on tour, and that is one of my absolute favorite bands, Bad Mary. You can support them financially over on patreon.com/Bad Mary. You can find them on all social media at Bad Mary Band. They have new singles releasing. My favorite part about those new singles is they are same day released on every single music streaming service. So if you want to listen to their entire discography, go to any music streaming platform, and there they are. Bad Mary Band. Check them out today.
Word.
My dear brother.
Charlie, do me that favor. Start my time.
Boom. You started, baby.
Done. I can do it. I can do it. There's an involvement with some new to a character who has been with us for a while, right? There are certain characters that would you feel like even someone who never picks up a comic book and rarely even tunes in a Ferrigno-led TV show or any number of adaptations on the big screen would say, shit, I know the Green Goliath. I know Hulk Smash. I know for some reason his radiation is so strong it turns any color pants he's wearing purple. Like, these are known facts. The problem with this Dr. and Jekyll is motherfucker, and I'm clearly talking about Bruce Banner, the Hulk, aka David Banner, for some reason on the TV show.
Because Bruce sounds faggy.
I guess the TV shows in the 70s were deathly afraid of alliteration. Like, nah, David Banner, yo. Anyways, I'm rambling because a brand new comic book trailer dropped. This is
So
this is a
awesome.
trend which I'm all for. Like, I am not a trendy person. I'm a trend starter, right? I was fucking rocking bow ties before any of these hipster bitches even thought of it.
That was actually the quickest drop ever, because the minute you went to a wedding and it was the groom and then like everyone just attending, you were like, and this is done. I do not do mainstream bullshit.
So these animated comic book trailers are a very, very good device. I'm coming from the era of reading Rainbow, where like, but you don't have to take my word for it, and then they hit you with like an animated, like a semi-animated version of the books pages that you would get, and that's what the comic book companies are doing now. So we just got one for the upcoming. Finally, make my point. Hulk #1 by Donny Cates and Ryan Otley. It's all over social media. It's on the YouTubes, the motion comic trailer. Hulk, my Hulk,
Real Hulk.
real Hulk, as far as I'm concerned, is back, baby. He is on a fucking rampage. Hulk is running through the MCU like you just dumped a couple of quarters in a fucking stand-up cabinet version of Rampage. He is running through. He's slapping around Godzilla. For some reason, a gigantic werewolf. Like, he don't even fucking care. Hulk is the Hulk that I know. This is Hulk smash Hulk. I gotta be honest, and I noticed it even more so when I was watching Avengers Endgame, when they went back in time, because time fucking snatch movie, sure, why not? When they went back to like that savage fucking Hulk, the one that we had, even he was like, oh, fucking stairs. I'm like, no, man. No, he would have jumped out the window and been there first.
I have to get that
version,
DVD. Wait a second. Fucking stairs. I don't remember that scene.
Basically, yeah. If you're listening to it and if you've got a little bit of a sinus infection, you can hear him. He's like, fucking stairs. Boom, and he punches the wall. He gets very mad about missing the elevator. But even that version of Hulk to me was like, nah, that's not. That Lou Ferrigno would have had none of that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the most fucked up thing of all these Hulk iterations. It was the spray painted bodybuilder who sold me the most on like, yo, you don't want to fuck with Hulk. Hulk will fuck your day up.
When Hulk pops up, don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry, especially because that wig was so jacked up that Hulk, even if he was not that angry, if he caught a glimpse of himself in a mirrored reflection of like a car window that was rolled up or a particularly shiny building downtown LA, he would be mad. Then he's like, oh,
Hulk looks fucking ridiculous.
Me embarrassing. Everyone has phones, camera phones.
Why'd you turn into Arnold?
Because that's what happens, right? That's the other thing on the extra features DVD Blu-ray. But their tag is Immortal No More. So that's the version that we're coming off of, like the current Hulk status that we had. And this is very difficult. I don't know if you have the same experience as I do, Charlie, because most people, I'm going to say this, and I'm pretty confident in it, most people think of the cinematic universe as that's what's going on right now, right? Like, obviously we're talking about fictional fantasy crazy things and blah blah blah, but like, no, that's what it is. That's canon, is what's on the big screen. That's not, guys. It's not because this is a comic book
hate to tell you
podcast, but this because that's the fucking facts of the shit.
There's just more hours.
Happening. It's what's happening on the pages. That's like, textbooks are not made out of movies. Textbooks are made out of paper, okay, and sometimes digital. So that's what counts. So the version that you like, the smart Hulk, quote unquote, that we have on the big screen right now, that's not Hulk in the comics.
It was for like a minute.
Yeah, but I mean, even
A
that was
long
like
time ago.
even that was neutered because he was basically like just a taco eating like just a big green goofus.
Yeah,
Like there was
Professor.
nothing intimidating. Now Professor Hulk,
I
and
get why
this is
people
where
like some
hang tight,
versions.
hold on to that because that's where I want to go right now. So just really quickly, again, we have this new version of Hulk, that's dropping again. So you're gonna get it. Hulk number one again. Donny Cates, Ryan Otley. What else? What else did I want to say? Again, the creative team. Al Ewing is writing, which is fucking great. So Al Ewing and Joe Bennett are coming off of the current Hulk run. They're actually going over to Venom, and it's like a flip flop. Creative team
Professor
flip flop,
Venom.
but no, but um now Cates is shifting his attention over to Hulk. Now what Cates does, and this is what he did for Venom. He's like, "Oh, you like this? Oh, you like honestly, he George R. Martin's them to a certain degree. He's like, "Oh yeah, you like that fucking that mother Hulk? She's dead now, but now her dead corpse is coming out of the river and she's going to fuck shit up." That didn't make it to the show, but Charlie won't mind. Don't worry about it. So it's brand new directions. So we're getting, and the action motion comic will inform you that we're getting fucking crazy rampaging Hulk to the point where like the military is after him again. I love it.
We're
I
going
love it. Get
old
the
school.
throw the thunderbolts at him. The Avengers are trying to fucking knock him down. All of the fucking big hitters are coming out of the woodwork because when Hulk is out of control, Hulk be a problem. Okay, there are entire runs, comic book runs, where like, look, at the end of everything, they're gonna have a few things. You're gonna have cockroaches, you're gonna have Twinkies, you're probably gonna have Wolverine. Sorry, Charlie, but you're definitely gonna have Hulk. So there's you really, really have to do things to put a wrinkle in his day. So I have no idea where they could possibly do it. I mean, fucking Hulk could tickle Galactus if he felt like it. Like Hulk is Hulk. Hulk is Hulk. But sometimes Hulk is not Hulk. So what I want to throw to you, Charlie, is whatever,
It's like a great algebra question. When is Hulk
whatever.
not Hulk?
Yeah, carry the two. Pi is 3.14. My boy's wicked smat. So I'm gonna ask you this, Charlie. We have no idea where they're taking Hulk now. We only know that it's gonna be fucking
Dope.
Buck Nasty Hulk. That's what I'm gonna call him. Buck Nasty Hulk that's the one who's coming from
Fuck
this
me.
creative
Make
team,
that the title.
which I love this creative team. Guys, if you're listening, use it. I don't give a fuck. Even if you want to throw a cheap hashtag and give me a little attention, that's fine. We don't know how they're doing it, what they're doing. We just know Hulk is going to be in some shit. He's out of control again. But we also, as well as have kind of like a cyborgy effect where like you see Hulk going fucking apeshit crazy, but on the same token you have Banner and like seemingly a control seat. Like honestly, it reminded me like, oh fucking Hulk is like Voltron at this point. He's just like I have no idea where it's going. I'm super excited for it. But my question to you, Charlie, is this: with whatever time is remaining before we have to wrap up, what version of Hulk is your favorite? We have gotten so many. We've gotten so many iterations, so many different flavors of the big green Goliath, and not always green. Actually,
Yes.
if I'm being real
Red,
specific.
gray.
So like, what version and why, or versions and why, are some of your faves? Maybe
I
not.
think
You don't have to, not in order, but just throw them out.
I do have a number one version of Hulk, and that's when he
Okay.
rolls with Ronald McDonald and he protects the cheeseburgers when he's purple. That's Grimace. My bad. I only like a savage Hulk. Like the more monstery Hulk is, him tearing down buildings, him trying to bite people's faces off.
The
Hulk.
classic tank throw in the desert.
Yeah, I like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde relationship of Banner being stuck in this monster and he's stubbing his toe away from fucking up everyone's day. Now, the reason I like it is Hulk is one of the very few characters where I tend to enjoy a lot of his knockoffs. Because if you knew that a little bit of gamma radiation could turn you into this like unstoppable machine, there would be attempts to replicate it. Now I don't love at how good some of them are, but Smart Hulk can go fuck himself, because if I want a Smart Hulk, I got She-Hulk. She has a job. She wears great pantsuits. I want my Hulk unfiltered
She-Hulk
in.
likes to smash too. That doesn't hurt.
And that's the only one that Matt Murdock comes knocking on the door the next morning with coffee, and he's like, "Baby, I'm back. How about we date?" For me, it's that above all
Man
others,
Without Fear. That's when he earned officially that Man Without Fear fucking moniker.
I got this one. They're at the bar. He's like, "I'm gonna talk to her, guys." They're like, "Bro, we don't think this is a good idea."
Can you
Foggy's
imagine
like,
if
"You're
Matt
in
Murdock
trouble."
had the same battle plan as Ray Charles? He's like, I'm just gonna feel up on her forearm, and I can tell if she's hot. But he's like, damn, bitch, is this your leg? No, that's my pinky.
I got to find out the Matt Murdock story. That for me is as much as I enjoy stuff like World War Hulk, and I love End of Days Hulk. For me, OG.
Well,
Stubbs his toe fucks the day up.
Here's the thing too, because you know how they say like fucking Archer. Don't say Archer will never say, "Give me my black tactical turtleneck." He's got midnight black. He's got obsidian black. He's got noir black. So no, I'm gonna take you to task a little bit, because like Wildman Hulk, Buck Nasty Hulk, is not just one version. So Savage Hulk is.
I think
probably
Savage Hulk is my number one.
I would say that the TV show, the Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby version, was like, a TV show in the fucking 70s, but they were depicting Savage Hulk more than anything.
Hulk's
like,
my boy.
When he's Hulk, he has no real control except to like bad, good, like that type of situation. But he's not gonna fucking, he's not going to sit down and do a math equation with you. He's not going to help you look for the keys. He's probably going to step on you if you're not quick enough. But then there's Mindless Hulk, who's not the fucking same.
Yeah, I like Savage over Mindless. Mindless freaks me out. I don't want to party with Mindless.
That's fair. Then there's Devil Hulk. Devil Hulk is like more of the issues, more Banner issues than anybody else. And obviously I know we're talking about two sides of the same coin there. But yeah, you were just talking about Immortal Hulk, which was kind of relatively recent. The result of Bruce and Hulk proper kind of going through different deaths and rebirths. And, that's the reason why fucking Devil Hulk was able to kind of weasel his way in there. But the version that we're seeing right now in the MCU is probably the closest to merged Hulk or Professor Hulk, as it were. I honestly, for my money, that's my least fucking favorite Hulk.
It's the least interesting.
What is he? Like he's nothing in that sense. Like this,
boring as fuck is what he is.
It's ridiculous to say like that a 10-foot tall, super smart and like strongest fucking person like that's a boring entity, but it is to me. Like to me, Professor Hulk, Mark Ruffalo Hulk face is the most boring. I really hope that they get away from that in the cinematic world, and I never want to see it again on the page.
The minute he has nipple shame and feels the need to grab a tank top, I'm out.
All right, so then there's like we don't really need to go into like the goofy like guilt.
Yeah, who's your favorite?
Well, no, I told you Savage Hulk is my number one favorite. Number one. But I would say this: not really a close second, but I think second. Red Hulk, obviously, again we know is fucking as Ross.
I mean, the mustache helps. That's dope.
Joe Fixit for me.
Joe Fixit.
Fucking Gray Hulk.
You just like fashionable Hulk.
Well, I mean, Gray goes with everything, and anybody who could pull off the world's largest fedora, you have to give it to him. But this is where, in comic books, in movies, and whatever, in like fictional fucking what ifs scenarios, I just want common sense to at least make an attempt to join the party. Like send an invitation knowing that he probably won't show up, common sense. But he got the invite, so he's gonna send a gift, like he's obligated that much. So Gray Hulk, Joe Fixit, they said, look, if Hulk's strength is inherently tied to his anger and his lack of thinking, then to give some thinking back, some common sense, some a rationale back to the character, then you can have him be also as well as strong as he was prior. So Gray Hulk is not even close to as strong as regular Savage Green Hulk. I would say, and I might be wrong,
Hulk
and
do
maybe
therapy. Hulk
if
weaker.
cousin Paul chimes in on it, I would say Gray Hulk is probably on par strength wise as Thing. That's how at least mentally, that's where I saw it. I see Gray Hulk and Thing as being like that would be a dope fucking UFC, match. But on the same token, he's still stronger than your fucking average bear out there.
Yes.
So he got swagger. He has
Pocket squares.
He basically, this is a cat who has both Hulk and Banner on check. He's like, both you motherfuckers sit on the sideline and let me steer the ship for a little bit, and you see what we're gonna do. He has bitches hanging off him. He dresses like a pimp because, in essence, he's pimping. It's ridiculous. I love me some Gray Hulk.
That
Honestly,
would probably be the most interesting movie version.
well, here's the thing, and this is where, guys, give me a call. Feig, I'm available. If you really wanted to do something special with Hulk, who is still on Universal loan and cannot have his own, his own fucking affair. Thanks, Ed Norton. What I would have fucking done with Endgame, especially considering the way that you used him in that capacity, why wasn't he Gray right then and there? If he was Gray, people were like, oh shit, and he would have looked like fucking Mark Ruffalo, so people would have gotten it, even if they didn't know the Gray Hulk lore. But irregardless, we're out of time. Charlie, take us home.
There is a lot of great topics rolling around in our heads. And luckily, so far, you got not one, but 2 seasons worth. The best way, though, to show that love is share these episodes. Comment, like. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook. You can go anywhere you can listen to podcasts, and you can find US Comics Cast. So do yourself and do the world a favor and support us, damn it. Even if your review is, ooh, those boys sound so pretty. That
Dumb
will
bitches.
move the needle. I mean, that too. I'll take whatever as long as it comes with 5 stars. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. But my dear brother, there's in fact only one way that we properly end each and every episode of US Comics Cast. Why don't you tell the beautiful people how we do
It
the
is so
things we
simple.
do.
First, you got to turn the power on. Then you got to turn the volume up. Then you got to, tune Bad Mary and open up the window wide and scream out into the night sky. Save me, Space Girl. We out.